Yeah. What up? What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, dude. What's happening out there, world? What's happening? Huh? I told you I was gonna be back for y'all. Yeah, yeah. Time to turn up, man. Delete that, man. You hear me? Yeah. You hear me or you heard me? Which one you got right there? Boy, dude. It's your boy, dude. Shout out Sugar Slim, man, for the track, man. You understand me? When this stuff first started, man, with my boy PM, you understand me? Lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? We had a great idea, man. And just talking about a couple things on how to become your own boss, man. You know, and with that being said, let's get y'all tuned into what the topic is about, man. You understand me? Because I think it's important out nowadays, man, to put out there this type of information, right? Because everybody have an idea, like they want to be an entrepreneur, they want to be their own boss, they don't want to work for someone, they don't, you know what I mean? And I get it, man. I done been there before. I come to them kind of realizations that, working, here's what I come to be real with you guys. Everybody is not meant to work for someone, right? It's the nature in that person. And it's cool to have ideas, and without a plan, that idea becomes useless, right? You chasing your own tail for a long time because you didn't strategically think out of the plan. You didn't have a thought process on how you was going to go out and accomplish what you was considering doing, right? And that's running your own business, right? And a lot of people think that with running their own business, oh, I'm just going to stop my job and I'm going to start my business. I'm going to do it on my own. I wish it was that simple. I wish it was that simple. I wish it was that simple, right? With any business idea, and here's why, right? Now we're going to facts of understanding, like, well, dude, where you coming from with this? Wait, what do you mean, right? We have to understand something, man. And to be real with you, to get to being your own boss, the road to be your own boss, right? What does that come with, right? A lot of people don't tell you what that come with. They'll tell you, hey man, listen, if you tune in or download, follow, matter of fact, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button and the share button. Make sure you stay tuned to every time I go live, man. It's always going to be uplifting and something powerful for you to use, right? Knowledge is power, and without it, we become useless, right? We're just merely existing because we don't have the information to live, right? Existing and living is two different things, but that's another topic. Becoming your own boss, you have to understand that it comes with a lot of diligence, where you're making sure you thoroughly crossed all your T's, dotted your I's, did your research, got all the information you need to get started and understanding how much finances it's going to take, or resources it's going to take to get your vision and your dream off the ground. People think that is just something easily done, and to be honest with you, it's not easily done. It's not easily done, and we would hope it was easily done, and we could just tap into a business and say, okay, man, we're gonna run with it right here. We're gonna run with it right here. And we hope that we could do that, but it don't work that way. When I say resources, I mean money. You need finances to get your business going, right? People tell you want to store up at least 6 months of rent, you want to blah, blah, blah. And you hear all these stories, right? And people think they're just saying that. Oh yeah, you need 6 months. Yeah, okay, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I got money. I got my own money and I'm gonna do it this way and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you have your own money maybe to lay down the foundation of starting the business. But to keep that business alive, that business has to immediately bring in revenue. It has to immediately bring in resources, bring in funding, bringing in residual, bringing in money. And if it's not, then you're steady paying out of pocket, right? So this is where them 6 months come in, where they talk about 6 months and having a plan, a year plan on how you're going to do with your business. Don't just go open it up because you run into some fast cash and you know what, I'm going to invest this cash in. Yeah, and then you could take a big loss and you lose all the way out. It's a gamble. Everything we do in life is a gamble. If we believe in a business, it's a chance we're taking, and we're saying we're willing to sacrifice my other resources, me going to work for someone, me going to do this. I'm about to cut all that loose, and I'm gonna just put everything into my business. Now I need to be able to survive while trying to build my business. And what I mean by survive, I still have to pay my regular bills. I still have to get back and forth, to and fro, right? I still have to survive. And if I have a family counting on me, oh wow, it's even bigger. Not only do I got to survive, but I got to make sure they survive, right? In the process of saying the resources I'm gambling with is everything. And if I lose big, right? And then I'm back to square one. Guess what square one is? I'm going back to work for someone because I didn't have a great plan. I had a great idea, but a great plan and a great idea is two different planets, right? So with an idea, you must form a plan to fit that idea and bring it to life, right? And in the process, I am telling you that you have to make sure that you have resources to tap into. It's not counting on a SBA loan and this and that, because what people don't know about these SBA loans and these small business loans, and they'll have people get on TV, politics, we're here to help small businesses and blah, blah, blah. They're there to help small businesses that have been in existence already and already been bringing in money and been established, not a new business. If that new business, you think you just gonna jump off the ground and they just gonna give you money because you had a great idea and they ain't got no proof of showing where the money gonna get back to them, how they gonna get paid, they can't get paid off of your dream, right? If that dream don't have life already breathing through it, they can't get paid off it. So guess what? They are not giving you the money. I don't give a doggone what that idea was unless it's something that has to do with bringing in money that's not being put out. Your overhead, right, is not bigger than your profit, right? So they're going to look at all these things, man. Okay, well, how much you think you're going to make in a year's time? And you're going to tell them, oh, man, I think I can make, it's at least $300,000 if I work this many days a week and blah, 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 this and that. Yeah, all that's ideas with no proof. You ain't showing them 3 months of history where I've been working every day and look at the money I brought in without the loan, right? This is what it means. It takes money to make money. Now, once you show them proof that your business is already bringing in money and is bringing in a nice bit of money, where they seeing you bringing an extra $7,000 a month, you know what I mean? 10 grand a month, a little more, a little less. Now you talking about I'm bringing in an extra $1,000 a month and you think they're going to give you a $200,000 loan. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the year, you ain't bringing nothing but $12,000. They ain't giving you that loan, my brother. So you have to make sure on your ideas to being your own boss. And you know you want to be your own boss and run your own business. You want to make sure there's a plan, a fail-proof plan in place. Fail-proof plan in place. Huh? So we say FPPIP. Fail-proof plan in place. Right? Why do I need that? Because I need something to fall back on if this gamble of an idea does not work. I don't want to go in and lose all of my money off an idea with no plan, right? So understand that it's cool to be an entrepreneur. And I don't want to say this to discourage you from wanting to be your own boss. I just want you to be better prepared and aware of what it takes to become your own boss, right? People look at me and say, man, damn, dude, you doing this, you doing that, man, you're a hustler, you yada, 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 this. It's like if I could chill at home and just rest and just live a peaceful life hey man, I ain't got to go work for nobody, at home and chill, blah, 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 I probably would. Unfortunately, life doesn't work like that. Again, whether I have my own businesses going on, a multiple business here and this and doing tapping in all these different entities, it all it's all accounted for to cover my lifestyle of living, right? So you have a lifestyle that you have to maintain, right? Now you could live above your means inside that lifestyle. Now the lifestyle that you live in is a fraudulent lifestyle because you're living above your means, right? And I done been in situations where I done got in too much debt and thinking that relying on ideas without a fail-proof plan in place. I was relying on ideas that it's gonna cover it because I'm gonna get this, and then that don't fall true. Now I'm double whammy because I now owe this and I owe that. So you could hurt yourself by going into debt too early. Your credit is very important, right? I was a person that didn't give it down. Well, it's on credit shit. Let them tax it. Let it tax. Add on to some shit. I ain't giving them their money, right? And that mindset that you think that small advantage you chose to get away that one small time is about to cost you for the next 7 years. The next 7 years, that one great idea that you thought was great to not pay the people now will cost you for the next 7 years, and it will affect you on anything you try to do. No matter how good you treated someone else, they still gonna have that one comment that affects you when it comes down to people giving you their money, right? So with a small business, you have to understand that even though I have an idea, I want to have a plan in place, right? Because it's going to take that, man. I don't care if it's a t-shirt business, right? I want to do my shirts. I'm going to print up shirts, and I have all these ideas. I'm going to put all these different slogans on there and blah, 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 and push it out there. Okay, it's going to cost money for the product, right? Then if the product don't sell, then I'm stuck on product, and I ain't pushing it because I done already printed up stuff on the shirts. That them ideas ain't selling. The shirts are useless. So either I just sell them cheap to get rid of them, which takes a loss, right? Because there are going to be some wins and losses, man, inside business. Every day won't be a great day for business. Some stores are like that. Big chains are like that, right? They have an average that they look for to come across that door sill and spend money with them. And if it's not meeting that quota, and that goes on for a month, 2 months, the quota ain't being met, guess what happens next? Layoffs. We gotta lay some people off. This ain't, you know what I mean? We're coming out of pocket more than we going in pocket. So nobody want to really take losses. So that's something we have to understand in this road to becoming your boss, man, becoming your own boss. Now, secondly, realistic goals and self-imposed disadvantages. What do you mean by that, dude? Uh-oh. Here's where we going with that. Realistic goals, right? Realistic goals, things that I could obtain or reach. Realistic goals. These are the goals we want to set for our business. Becoming our own boss. We want to have realistic goals. You shouldn't want, there's everybody desires to make money while they're sleeping. They believe that's the way to be a rich person. You're rich when you can make money while you sleep, right? But you could make money while you sleep, but not paying attention to your business and still lose everything, right? So realistic goals and self-imposed disadvantages. Sometimes we put self-imposed disadvantages on our lives. We put ourselves at a disadvantage. Me and my brother was talking earlier and talking about the re-entry of guys, of women, female or male, that has been and confined and incarcerated, made a bad mistake, and now have to come back into society and get reacclimated, readjusted, you know what I mean, to work inside the system that they was broken inside of before, right? That didn't fit and caused them to be incarcerated, confined. And we talked about that, and we were saying about what's the plan for the person that's released with no realistic foundation set up under him, with a kickstart to say, here you go, get started on your journey. The guy's coming home broke, without void of a vehicle, and he's been gone to say, come on, we don't have a vehicle, you know what I mean, looking for a place to stay, you know what I mean, no clothes, no yada yada, this and that, right? And we expect this guy to go out and you go find a job, and it's like, man, I need clothes for an interview, this and that. Do I show up with what I got? Will they take me serious? Will they understand I just come home, I don't have nothing, but I'm a hard worker, right? Right? And they say the first impression is the best impression. So there's people that put themselves at a disadvantage, right? So because of a choice, we made a choice to make a decision that caused us to be confined and incarcerated. And now you come home and you go to apply for a job. Now, here's the two people that's applying. One guy just come home, jail, everything, right? Got a record, no job experience, on the job, but you know what I mean, telling people he changed his life, he want to work. Another guy comes in, and this guy got some credentials, been, you know what I mean, even if he ain't got credentials, he have a work history where he been working somewhere else, this and that. Now, if I got to choose between the two, do I choose the guy who has no experience over the guy that has some and still has a job, and he's looking for something better, a better opportunity? Or do I go with the guy that has no job, don't have, and this is gonna be his first chance, and I'm about to gamble with him over the guy that's showing me consistency, right? He's been at his company, his last company, 8 years. He wants something changed, he want more money, make more money. Here, we could offer him that, and he's choosing to apply for this position. So if I have to choose which one of these guys I'm choosing, right? All behind a choice we made prior that caused us to go to prison, get a record, come back home, and trying to start all over again with no kickstart, no advantages, no help, no resources. Go down to the office and fill out for food stamps. Go down and file for unemployment. They direct you to the part that's going to hinder you and hold you there. Instead of someone saying, hey man, listen, I got you a place over here. You know what I mean? We're gonna pay for the room, the spot, till you get on your feet. We're gonna need $300 a month. Along with that, I got you a job lined up with these guys. I know I'm your dad or your uncle or your mom or your brother. Like I got this lined up for you. You start Tuesday, right? They're gonna have you go down there and take a physical. You should pass your drug test, yada yada yada. And you start Tuesday. Along with that, that old car over there is nobody uses it. Blah blah blah. So what we did was we got it all cleaned up, fixed up for you. Here's your reliable transportation to get back and forth to work. It's already on full. So make sure you use that gas wisely, because you get paid in 2 weeks. So you need that gas to last you for 2 weeks. That person is most likely to succeed over the person that's coming home and it's like, oh man, we glad you home, baby. You know, you got to figure out what you're gonna do with yourself, man. You gotta go get a job. You gotta do this. You got, you don't want to go back, and you stating all the obvious, putting all the pressure on, and then have no resources or no outlets to help me. But you telling me what I need to do and I got to do, like it's just that easy. And realistically, it's not. Right? Now, that's the realistic goals that now we're getting into. How do we make realistic goals based off of that? That person that's coming home should have a plan before you even get out. Right? Here's the one thing that happens. There's trades in some prisons and some jail systems where you could take collision repair, you could take auto mechanics or welding, this and that. Welding, you subject to get a job somewhere welding. Auto mechanics and collision repair, they want experienced people, right? You think that you've been through school, I'm experienced, and yeah, this and that. I'm gonna be my own boss. Yeah, it's great, but you now you go there to find out that I got the certificate, but they chose somebody that had shop experience over me. Like I went to school, man, and I thought I was gonna just be able to get a job like it's easy, like it was nothing. No, it's not. To be realistic, man, it don't work like that. Even though you had that credentials of saying you went to school, they still will pick experience over a graduating student who still have to learn the shop mentality. right? So that self-imposed disadvantages we put on ourselves, what are those disadvantages, right? Our attitude is not right. We don't know how to speak well in meetings and interviews, to where we win a person over with our words, and then we show them with our actions. So if I'm not able to have an attention grabber to be able to talk to you in a way, you, hey man, you got my undivided attention. I like where this is going. I want to hear your views. What can you bring to my company? A lot of companies ask, what could you bring to my company? Right. And we don't know the answer to that. Oh man, I'm gonna work hard. I'm like, okay, everybody said they're gonna work hard. What you gonna do different? Right. But we'll put these self-imposed disadvantages, and we'll say, oh, because I'm black, I ain't get the job, or I'm this color, I ain't get the job, and I ain't this and that, blah blah blah, and we'll apply for some things that, yeah, it's open, and I feel like I covered all the right, what I mean, crossed all and checked all the boxes, but I had no real experience. My resume looked good, but this guy had more factual stuff and I had more made up stuff. So I ain't get it, and I blame all these reasons. So now I don't want to show up at interviews on time, or I don't know how to sit up and have the right posture. So certain things we put on ourselves that hold us back, right? And it all starts with the mind, the mindset, the attitude, what's going on inside their head, right? Once we figure out these things, and we realize the imposed disadvantages we set on ourselves, and we remove those disadvantages to have an advantage, then it changes the game for us, man. Because the stuff where they talk about, oh, he woke, well, now you woke, because now you understand what it takes to really do what you want to do in life. Now, full circle, getting back to the topic, becoming your own boss and what it takes. Now you understand through working for someone. I remember when I went to barber college, and the guy said, it's best that you work in a shop before you open up your own shop, even if you have the money to open up your own shop. And everybody was like, man, I'm opening up my own shop. I ain't trying to hear that. But what he was trying to teach at that time was, learn your do's and don'ts in a shop that's successful or a shop that's failing. Whatever shop you're working in, either it's a successful shop or it's a shop that's failing, right? Because if it ain't successful and barely getting by, it's failing. When we got in there to see it and learn it, it was like, oh shit, I know not to talk about that topic. I'm gonna keep religion up out of here. I'm gonna keep politics up out of here. I'm gonna play certain type of music. Everybody don't like rap music, hip hop. Everybody don't like this type of music. Some people just got their kids, they don't even allow them to listen to certain stuff. But if they come into your shop and it's exposed, then guess what? They ain't coming back. Thank. So if they ain't coming back, then how do you get the residual? How do you get the steady income? Because you're running people off, right? So we learn to what not to do and what to do inside working for someone. You take those morals and principles and you bring it to your business and say, you know what? I'm gonna run my business the same exact way as them. I'm gonna run my business just like they ran their business, because they were successful. That's why they was able to hire me. I want to be able to hire people. So I have to stick to the same morals, same principle, same understanding or format on how to run a successful business. Time, the most important thing we could waste. So you got to be on time. Cousin, uncle, brother, sister, or not. You got to be on time, right? Business and pleasure. We can't mix them. You got to stay business. No matter if it's your wife or husband or significant other, it got to stay business, right? So now we understand we got those two out the way. You say, well, okay, what's next? The biggest thing is what's next? Accountability. Accountability, having accountability for every little thing. Inventory is important. Accountability, inventory is important. I can't neglect that. They used to have a movie out, Scarface, and a guy and a Godfather. They said, you can't get high off your own supply. And you can't eat your own supplies. thinking that I'll put it back. No, that's for business. So I got to be able to keep the two separated, man. So we learn in today's segment that it takes what we would call a lot to run and push a successful business. It's not something that I wake up, come up with an idea, and it automatically works the next day and take off flying. With no resources, it ain't happening, right? So even for my food business, like everybody look at it like, hey man, this man got a food truck and blah 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 and this and that. Yeah. What I did was I went from having no overhead to inheriting more of a bill. I gotta pay to park that truck, pay the note on that truck, the rent. So I inherit a $3,300 overhead. When before I was keeping everything. Now I'm paying out more along with my bills because I gotta survive. Back to surviving again. I gotta survive. Uh, I gotta cover that. I gotta have accountability. I gotta be responsible. So I gotta keep both businesses afloat while working a job and doing some, so it takes dedication, sacrifice, and commitment and consistency. You have to have those principles. So if you want a successful business and you really want to tap into being your own boss, I suggest you have a great plan in place. You have the finances set aside to cover all situations. If the business ain't make the money, I still got money put up over here I could pull from that. Because the last thing you want to do is be in a situation where you can't even cover that or your regular bills because you gambled with everything. Now you're forced to make bad choices because you're panicking. Your business is all over the place. So things like that happens, man. So I just want to come on here today, man, and give y'all a short gist of this. We're going into more detail about this. Just the thing. This the thing, y'all. We're going into more detail about this with some special guests that's coming on the show, man. And we're gonna talk about it. And they're gonna talk from their perspective of ownership. And we're just gonna talk as bosses of our own business. And we're gonna get it more into depth and tune to what it takes to run that successful business. Right? What it takes to run that successful business. So we're gonna get more in tune with that, man. And we're gonna let you guys call in. We make sure you leave messages in the inbox. You got any questions, anything that you want to bring to the table, add in the next upcoming topic or the next upcoming show. Make sure you tune into my next episode, man, where we're gonna keep it real, raw, and uncut, man. So I'm telling you, man, speak that truth, speak your truth, man. We here, man, to hear your truth, to hear your story, to hear your side. Where you at in business? You need advice about something? Drop it in the comment, man, and we're gonna answer all those questions, man. Whatever it is you're going through. So with that being said, man, I want y'all to stay tuned, stay sharp, stay smart, man. Whatever you do in life, make sure you're committed to it. Make sure you're committed to it, man. You know what I mean? They say winners never quit and quitters never win, right? It's a mindset. We understand it's a mindset. So with that mindset, we got to elevate, we got to motivate, we got to inspire, and we got to have a desire within us to say that I'm going to continue to press forward no matter what it look like. What it look like, I'm pushing, I'm coming, right? It's competition. I'm coming, man. I'm going to show up. Oh, they supposed to be the best. I'm coming, man. I'm going to show up. No matter what, I'm coming. I'm going to show up. That got to be your mindset for 2025. That got to be your mindset for 2026. That got to be your mindset for the future and moving forward, man. Remember, the most important thing you could waste is time, right? I always leave you with an inspirational word before I cut out. But I want to tell you, the most important thing you could waste is time. Don't waste time. Time waits for no man, so you have no time to waste. Get on to it, commit to it, stay consistent inside that commitment, and go get what's yours, man. Go get what's yours, man. And before you know it, you'll become the boss you always dreamed you'll be. Man, it's your boy Dude, man. You understand me? Make sure you holler at me. Make sure you hit that link, man. Leave comments down there. You know where to put the comments at. Right down there. Put them down there, man. Let me see it. Let me see where you coming from. Let me see how you feel about situations that we talk about, man. Whatever the case may be. It's a free platform, man, for you to speak freely on, man. Like we won't block you, delete you. It's called delete that for a reason. But we ain't gonna delete you because you got an opinion. I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear your stories, man. I want to bring you on, man. If you have some inspirational stories, man, to give back to people out there, because that's what it's about, man. It's giving back and building, man. Showing unity, showing love, and that's what your boy do for y'all, man. We're gonna show y'all love. Like I said, man, make sure you tune in. I'm on all platforms, man. You know, we're on IG, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Twitter, we're on everything, man. So with that being said, hey man, make sure, like I said, I always say, make sure you follow my boy on his page too. I mean, he stay keeping some stuff going too. My co-host that used to be on with me, man. Like we you know what I mean, we still pushing the agenda, man. We still pushing the dream, right? PM Lifestyle. Go check him out. But with that being said, man, it's your boy Dude, man, signing out, man. It's your boy Dude. I love y'all out there, man. And you know I got to keep it 100, and I'm gonna let Sugar Slim ride us. Oh yeah, baby. It's your boy Dude. 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 Boy Dude. It's your boy Dude. Hey man, with that being said, I let the kid. We out this